if the doctors, and there were many, who had kept on, misdiagnosed me with asthma, despite being told by specialists that it wasn't, I would say, listen, just listen to your patient, go further. They think horse, they don't think zebra, you know, it's just wrong. Listen to your patient. This is our body, we know. I'd always enjoyed walking, and all of a sudden I realised that hills that I could have walked to easily, I was struggling with. And one hill in particular, quite a favourite one, I had to stop halfway up and go to the side of the road, and I was physically sick and I could taste the blood. Up to then I'd been very fit, didn't even own an aspirin, you know, a very fit person. So I went to see a doctor who said, right, it's asthma, and immediately prescribed asthma medications. They would watch me do my asthma inhalers, admit I was doing them correctly, didn't understand why they didn't work, but still it was asthma. And after a time, I just was so tired of this, and I said to my husband, I can't cope with this, because I know it's not asthma. There's something they're not seeing, because by that time, things were getting worse, and I could feel my heart not in a proper rhythm somehow. And so I went back to the doctor and said, right, I will pay to see a specialist. He said, you don't have asthma, Carole. I don't believe you've ever had asthma. But I don't know what you've got. So what do? You carry on. You carry on, you carry on. Couldn't do any of the things I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was just lay down flat. Whenever I stood up, I thought I'm going to faint. I couldn't lift my legs up. To get up a step, I'd have to physically lift it like that, which was awful because you're constantly tripping up. We were fortunate we had a house in Spain and we would spend a lot of time over there. So consequently we took out private healthcare. And I saw a specialist who admitted, when he saw me, he said, I think I know what you've got. He said, I need to do an echo, but I think I know what you've got. But I've never seen anybody with it before. He said, so we'll do this echo, which he did. I said, is it cancer? He said, no. I said, good. He says, no, it's worse than cancer. You can cure a cancer. You cannot cure this. And I said, tell me, I am going to live longer than 6 weeks because my daughter's having a baby in 6 weeks. And he looked at me very seriously and said, I can't promise you that. He said, your heart is so bad, I cannot promise you that length of time. I ended up getting diagnosed in Spain, who then, this specialist sent me back to the UK, where I have since been treated. If you'd have listened, if you'd have really taken notice, and you would have got me, looked further into it, delved further into it, I wouldn't have been so bad 13 years ago. I wouldn't have had to have all this anguish and this angst that I started out with, you know. You know, it shouldn't be like that, but I do appreciate it's rare. But there's lots of rare illnesses out there, and people listen to other people, but PH, no. I feel my late diagnosis robbed me of those first few months with my precious granddaughter. I couldn't hold her, I couldn't lift her, I couldn't carry, I couldn't change a nappy. Had I been diagnosed earlier, I would have been in a better position, and I would have been the grandma I would have wanted to be. But that was not to be. And it's still not, even now, because they left it too late for me.